YouTube, what is going on? Today I'm going to be reacting to this video that Nathaniel Messiah posted. Gymshark took me to court. Now, if you know anything about me, I'm low-key been trying to get sponsored by Gymshark, so I'm definitely curious to see how this video goes. I don't think he's too much of a controversial guy. He's probably just going to be straight up. That's what I think. I know that he went his own way and went to Young LA. Maybe he went, broke the contract, whatever, but Gymshark took him to court, so let's get into this.
Gymshark have taken me to court. This is not a joke. This is not a prank. This is not a start of the year ploy to get some more views, okay? This is real. And if you have followed my channel for any amount of time in the last 5 years, this is going to come as an extreme surprise to you. I've made one post on social media about this, and there have been so many questions, so many theories.
So if you don't know, he's been with Gymshark forever now. I mean, or I thought so. And then he went to Young LA, but
theories. Everyone wants to know what's going on. And unfortunately, as this is an ongoing case, I am severely limited in the capacity to which I can explain exactly what's gone on, and I'm extremely limited to what I'm actually allowed to talk about because, as I said, this case is ongoing. So I'm going to do my best today to stick to purely what is factual, no opinions, exactly what has happened, and I can't even go into detail about what's happened because of the same reason. Again, guys, everything I'm about to say is in the court documents, so I'm free to talk about it. So I'm going to keep it to the case facts because Gymshark, I know you're watching. So
basically, this is real. When someone says that, it's very real, right? And that's the exact same reason with John Bravo and the Wes Watson situation. This is way different, but he can't post that full fight footage because it's an ongoing case.
For those of you not familiar with me, my name is Nathaniel Messiah. I am a junior world champion powerlifter and deadlift world record holder. I've worked with Gymshark for the last 5 years almost. Got my first ever package from them in I think December 2019, and formally signed on as an athlete with them when I was 17 years old in 2020, and continue with them all the way through to November 2024. Now, just to note that during this time, I was an extremely loyal brand ambassador, and over the years, we did a lot of big things together, you know. We had the collab with Speed, we had the collab with like Ashley Waters, Francis Ngannou, we did a ton of things together. However, all of this changed in October 2024, when on the 21st of October, Gymshark dropped me, okay? This is the first thing I need to make clear because I've had so many people thinking that it's me that left Gymshark and jumped ship to Young LA.
Holy crap, I thought that he left Gymshark to join Young LA. I didn't realize that Gymshark dropped him. He was probably on salary too. I want to note that. There's a difference between being a Gymshark, what I've heard, there's a difference between being a Gymshark like ambassador and athlete. So the athletes get paid. The athletes are like they get the, not only do they get the full care package, but they get paid. You know, they go to the Gymshark events, they travel with Gymshark, right? You move around with Gymshark, right? If you follow Nanjo's Fitness or Nojo, I don't know how to say his last name. Super strong guy. His goal is to become an athlete because right now he's an ambassador. When you're an ambassador, I think you get the care package for free every single month. You get some stuff and then you promote it. But when you're an athlete, you move around with them, right? You're like on the team.
LA left them high and dry. That is not what happened. Gymshark did not renew my contract. I worked with them on a contractual basis.
Yeah, so
I showed
when he says contract, he's an athlete. He was part of the team. They flew him around. You know, he was moving with them. So them dropping him, that's actually a surprise to me, to be honest, because I know he's definitely brought a ton of traffic to Gymshark.
Intention to continue my contract, and they did not renew it. Okay. So that's the
but also I gotta know too, that happens on business. You know what I mean? Sometimes one party isn't happy with the other as business. I mean, being a Gymshark athlete, for me one day, that'd be awesome. For anybody, I'm sure, would love to be a Gymshark athlete. But it's also important to note, from the looks of Gymshark, they're spending thousands of dollars on plane tickets, stuff like that. So just because they drop somebody, it's, you know, that's business, right? I'm not saying who's in the right or wrong, but I'm just saying that's part of business, right? Just being fair.
First thing that I need to get clear, I did not leave, I was dropped. Sorry, I just need to add as well, I was not just dropped by Gymshark. 10 days prior, Gymshark offered me a new contract. And then within 10 days, they decided to drop me. Okay, I will not tell you the reasons why. I will not go into everything like that. But just 10th of October, offered a new contract by Gymshark. 21st of October, dropped by Gymshark. Okay, I will leave it at that. And why that is important is that it frames everything that is going to come afterwards and may change some of your opinions on what has happened. Okay, so that's the first thing. I was dropped by Gymshark. Now, notably, I was dropped the month after I won the junior world title, broke the deadlift record, and went viral on social media. All right, so that's just something else to think about, right? Now, the reason that I was dropped, I wish I could go into that and explain that, but I cannot talk about
so
that.
So my best guess would honestly be he just maybe didn't respond fast enough and they had other athletes. I don't know. This is, like he said, ongoing case. That means that this is definitely real. So I'm intrigued.
Just know that there was some dispute there, okay? Now, upon knowing that I was going to be dropped, I started talks with Young LA. My Gymshark contract ran out on the 30th of November, and I signed with Young LA for the 1st of December. Now, this brings us to why have I actually gone to court, okay? So, the reason that I have gone to court is because within my contract, there was a 3-month non-compete, okay? Again, I don't know how much detail I can go into about what's going on with the non-compete and everything like that, but seeing as this is in open court, I feel I should be able to explain to you guys. So, within my contract, there was a clause that in the 3 months after my Gymshark contract, I was not allowed to promote a competitor brand. However, I'll repeat the facts to you. I was dropped by Gymshark. I did not leave, I was dropped. Number 2, this is an unpaid non-compete. A lot of people were talking about stuff like gardening leave, all these kind of things, they continue to pay me. No, Gymshark does not continue to pay me for these 3 months. So the reason why they've taken me to court is because they've issued a claim against me to enforce the non-compete and obtain an injunction to prevent me from working with Young LA until the end of the 3 months. And as well as that, while we are in court and while we've had a court hearing in which the injunction was not immediately passed, but the court hearing was delayed to another day so these arguments could be talked out at length, is that there is a lot of dispute about the legality and how well non-competes hold up in court. That's why this is an ongoing thing. Because the number one thing that I want to get across is that 80 to 90% of comments on, say, my pages have been positive. But one thing a lot of people have said is that, well, you signed the contract, so that's that. But one thing that you guys need to understand is that just because you sign a contract does not mean it will hold up in court. Okay? Now, the main reason why contracts don't always hold up in court is because sometimes they are deemed unreasonable. And non-competes are one of the more scrutinized clauses in contracts for a variety of reasons. I don't want to necessarily make this my argument as to why the non-compete shouldn't be upheld or anything like that, right? But just know that there is a large scrutiny on non-compete clauses in contracts. Now, how this actually went down was, on the 10th of December, I made my Young LA announcement that I had signed up with Young LA, and I was gassed about this, everything was good. On the 12th of December, Gymshark sent me a letter that included a list of undertakings that I had to sign. If not, they would go forward with legal proceedings against me. These included terminating my Young LA contract. Bear in mind, I am free to make an agreement with Young LA. I was not contractually free to promote Young LA. Now, those are two different things, right? And another one of them was to indemnify them or compensate them for their costs. Bear in mind, they sent me this letter on Thursday morning. And
so one thing that I do want to say, if anybody knows Gentile Lifts, right, this is my buddy, I talked to him before. He has a few of these contracts where they're in the money, stuff like this. This is why it's very, very important to have a lawyer read over everything, right? Now, I will say, I would assume that Gymshark also had lawyers writing these contracts, and I would also assume that he had a lawyer that read it. But before you do any moves in business, regardless, if you're a big fitness creator watching this or small person, it's important to read the contract, right? Now, I'm not saying who's in the right or who's in the wrong, but it's important to read the contract just to avoid issues from coming up. You see what I'm saying?
Me until Friday to sign this. That is what happened, okay? I did not sign this, and then on the 19th of December, they informed me that they had applied for an emergency injunction and applied for an out-of-hours court hearing, which went ahead on the 30th of December. Bearing in mind, this is telling the courts that this is urgent, we need this injunction ASAP. We then go to court, and the judge lists a variety of things, such as the fact that this hearing was an hour, and these are lengthy arguments to get into. Gymshark had a variety of issues down. She said they could have narrowed their issues, or we could have had 20 minutes to talk out our arguments then and there, but 20 minutes was nowhere near enough. So we decided to reschedule the court date, and we went forward for the 15th of January. So next week, going back to court with Gymshark to argue out our case. That is pretty much the extent of what I can tell you guys. There is so much more there that I wish I could just up and say, but I've already got one case on my hands right now. I would rather not add another one. So we're gonna leave it at that, but just know that all will be revealed. I said I was going to add opinions, but yeah, there's more to it than even just what I said there. But that is for you guys to make up your minds about.
So I'm going to pause right there because I think that he's getting to about the end. But I will say, it's important that everybody's in a contract because it's sad to see that this is happening, right, between Gymshark. Gymshark doesn't feel happy with them, and Nathaniel's not happy with how he was treated, right? I would just think, like, man, if they just both sides had lawyers work together, maybe even if Gymshark was to, like, say if you get dropped, you're allowed to work, whatever. It's just a sticky situation. Honestly, that's my honest reaction. I have no swaying to side. I don't think anybody's in the right or anybody's exactly in the wrong. It's just definitely a sticky situation. So if you ever sign anything, always get a lawyer. Always know what you're signing up for. Just so you can avoid small things like this, even if this becomes a big thing. But guys, go ahead, like and subscribe. Blakewendt signing out. Peace.